This is part one on the stereo auto fade mod. What this unit is a modulation delay. So it's a delay for the left and right channel, and you can modulate the delay time with an LFO. And you can also use an auto fade module. That is a module that takes some kind of trigger input like a gate, or you could use a lot of different inputs, even tempo, wow. And then it will change either the LFO frequency or the dry-wet modulation at a rate that is determined by this parameter, and it can also delay that onset of the rate by this parameter. So it's a lot like the last effect that we checked out, the stereo vibrato. And we could do a lot of cool things with this that I'll get into in the next couple of videos. We can create choruses, flanges, ducking delays. We can do all sorts of fun stuff with this. But right now for this video, I want to concentrate on something that I got wrong in the last video. And that was when I said that the triangle wave is actually a square wave. And I've done this in previous videos as well. But while I described it in a way that sounded accurate, the explanation was not accurate as far as what is happening. So if we listen, if we add modulation depth on delay time with the triangle wave, it'll sound like a square wave. Right? That just sounds like a square wave patched into pitch. We're jumping from one pitch to another, but we're using a triangle wave. And why does it sound like that? The reason for that is because the triangle wave is affecting the delay time at a constant rate. And to illustrate that, I think I can more or less kind of show you with my mouse. So I set up some routing ahead of time where I'm going into this second unit, and that second unit is two EQs, one for the left channel, one for the right channel. I only wanted to hear the right channel, so I lowered the trim of the left channel. There's no volume being sent to the output from the left channel, and we're listening to the right channel, but that's routed to center, so it's coming out of the left and right channel. The reason I did that is because I only want to listen to the right channel for this demonstration, because I can't, with my mouse, I can't click both parameters at the same time. So anyway, when I change this parameter with my mouse, we will hear a pitch shift, right? Let's try it. Let's try it. So when I go up, it sounds like it's going up in pitch. It goes eh. And when I go down, it sounds like it's going down in pitch. Oh. Now, if I could manage to move my mouse at a steady rate up and down, it would sound like almost like a square wave, because I'm remember how fast you change the parameter is the amount of pitch shift that you get. So if I were to just move it a little bit, we wouldn't really hear any pitch shift. Versus if I move it faster, we heard more pitch shift. Not a lot of pitch shift. More pitch shift. In fact, to give us a better sense of that amount of pitch shift, let's try listening to it at dry wet 50/50. So you could hear that kind of chorusing effect. Now, if I only move it a little bit, not much chorusing. If I move it a bit faster, it sounds more dissonant, because the rate at which I change this parameter determines the amount of pitch shift. Now with the triangle wave, we're moving it at a steady rate, so it sounds like we are just moving to one pitch. Of course, depending on how fast the triangle wave is moving. If the triangle wave is moving faster, then of course we're going to be changing that parameter faster and getting more pitch shift effect. That's why increasing the frequency in hertz increases the amount of modulation depth. And a lot of people who make modulation delay units will actually compensate for that behind the scenes, where if you increase the frequency value in hertz, it'll actually turn down the amount of depth. So you get the same amount of pitch shifting, but this unit doesn't do that. And I actually like that it doesn't. because I just like to have more control over my parameters, especially with something like this where you can modulate the LFO rate. You know, you can purposely increase depth with that, and it would kind of suck for that to get taken away as a creative tool. But anyway, if I were to, again, try to do that with my hand, where I try to move it at a steady rate, it would sound kind of like this. Let's try it. Let's try listening to it just wet. So you hear how it says bam, bam, and it sounds like a square wave, even though technically I would be moving my mouse like a triangle, where I'm going up and then down and then up. So that's why a triangle wave sounds like a square wave. And this is not specific to this modulation delay. This is the way all modulation delays work. I can actually break out another example. Here we have a unit that has a triangle wave, and that is patched into delay time. This is a modulation delay by UAD. It's called the UAD Precision Delay Mod. So let's listen to what this thing sounds like. This is mixed all the way wet. And that's 100 Hertz. We can go higher. But I'm using a triangle wave, and yet it sounds like a square wave. So the Kronos is displaying correct behavior. Another really cool thing about this is that we can offset the triangle wave LFOs between the left and right channels. In this case, I'm offsetting them by 90 degrees. And with the Kronos, we can do the same kind of thing, where we can change the phase. We can go up to 80 degrees, 40 degrees in one direction, and 40 degrees in the other. So it's a bit more subtle, which is fine. This one actually, the UAD one, in my opinion, like it's fine too. Actually, both are fine. But it's not as. It's funny. They're both different in their own way. Like this one takes 90-degree leaps, whereas the Kronos can only do 10-degree leaps up to 40 degrees in either direction. So you know, it's just a different flavor. But yeah, this video I just wanted to explain why I was wrong about describing the triangle wave as a square wave, or in this one I give a better explanation about what's really happening and why a triangle wave sounds like a square wave when it comes to modulation delays. And I'll get into more specifics with this unit in the next video. Thank you.